I am going to show you how to make $1,000 a week reselling items from Goodwill and thrift stores on eBay. And this also works for garage sales too, or wherever you get your eBay inventory from. My name is Cam and I've been a full-time reseller for almost 2 years now, and I'm going to dumb this down as much as possible so you can start doing this today. In this video, I will be explaining how to find the right items to buy from Goodwill to resell on eBay for a profit. And like I said, everything I'm about to tell you all applies anywhere you can find stuff to resell. This can mean a flea market or a garage sale. Before jumping into this video, please understand it's going to take some time and effort to learn how to do this. This stuff does not come overnight, so please bear with me and have patience. First step, go to your local Goodwill or thrift store or wherever you're going to source your items and be ready. If you are going to a thrift store, make sure you just grab a cart because it's going to save you so much time in the end, and you don't want to be grabbing everything and just holding it. It's not worth it. Once inside, go to an area that you want to start selling in. This can range from clothing to shoes to glassware and even electronics. Whatever you prefer to sell, go to that area and stick with it. This is going to be the most annoying part, but also it's one of the most important parts to a reselling business. You want to start scanning the racks and memorizing kind of what you're looking at, aka the brand of shoes, brand of clothing, whatever the case may be. Just make sure you identify what you are looking at. You want to try to learn everything from the front of the book to the back of the book. So basically study everything in here like it's a test from college. I've watched so many videos on what brands tend to resell and not sell, but quite honestly, it's best if you just go and learn by yourself. You definitely don't want to buy items that are not going to sell online. That'll defeat the whole purpose of this video. But that brings me to my next point. A lot of you guys are probably asking, well, Cam, how do you know what brands to resell and what brands to not to resell? To determine if an item is good to resell, go ahead and pick up any item in the thrift store and start with that. I mainly resell clothing and shoes, so that's the area I'm going to start with. There is something called a sell-through rate on eBay, and the higher percentage rate this is, the more likelihood you are to sell that item. Let's go ahead and take a look at these two shoes I picked up. I'm going to go ahead and research the brand and model number of the shoe on eBay. Most shoe tags are inside of the shoe, so go ahead and just take a peek at what it is. In the search bar, I'm going to go ahead and put the style code of the shoe and also the size, and also you got to put used condition because you're not buying new things. Unless there is stuff there with new tags. Once you click search, it's going to show you exactly how much of that one item is listed on eBay. Now we want to determine the sell-through rate. You want to go into the filter results and select sold items and completed items. This will then show you how many have sold in the past 90 days. So let's say we searched up an item and there was 10 listed, right? Now I'm going to go ahead and do the filter like I just said, and let's say there's 11 sold. That means that item has a 110% sell-through rate. That is a very good sell-through rate in order to buy and resell something. Anything over 100% you should be picking up regardless. If an item has a sell-through rate of around 60 to 70%, I'm probably still going to pick it up and just price it based on what other people price it as, and maybe just a little lower so I can make that sale. And for example, if somebody had a pair of shoes listed for $60, I'll probably list it at like 50 bucks. And now this applies for anything and everything you want to buy and resell. For example, if you're going to do clothing, you're going to look up the brand of the clothing, the size of the clothing, and do the exact same thing and filter results. I also found this Peter Millar vest during this trip for $8, and it was new with tags, so I went ahead and did my research, and it already has like a good sell-through rate, and I know I'm going to sell it probably for over $70. And I can't stress this enough. Do your research on any item you're going to buy and resell. You don't want to buy items that don't sell. If you're doing shoes and clothing, it is also important to consider the size and the material of the item you are purchasing. It matters a lot because some brands, like for example Polo Ralph Lauren, it is saturated in the market, but if you find a size like 2x big, it's going to sell better than a size small. Last but not least, you want to know your profit margins. You want to make sure you're buying an item for a good price and you're going to sell it for an even better price. You also maybe want to make an Excel sheet to document everything that you find and also what you sell it for in order to prepare you for tax season. And pro tip, most thrift stores and Goodwill have a color of the week, and normally that means 50% off, so always look for that whenever you walk in. Now, I've explained sell-through rate, but here's the catch. You just found maybe one item. You need to do the same thing and find more items until your cart totals over $200 in resale value. I know it sounds like a lot, but guys, trust me, if you just spend enough time going through every single rack in the thrift store, you're gonna find enough items. Goodwill brings out new stuff every hour of the day, so if you just aren't hitting at a store, go to a next store, wait there a little bit, and you're gonna see new racks come out. Search through the racks, do your research, and buy the right items. So from this store, I was in there for around 2 hours doing my research and also having new racks come out. And go ahead and take a look at the cart I have. From this store, I also found these pair of Alexander McQueen's, and usually this is like a club shoe, and guys, I've never found this shoe ever before in my life, but I know they're really profitable and highly valuable. So upon looking this one up, I found out there was none listed. However, there was 2 sold and they were all going for around $200 each. And look what I paid, guys. $8. And yes, they are a little dirty, but if you're not willing to clean anything that you pick up from the thrift store, you probably shouldn't even be doing this. I also grabbed these Nikes here, and they're in a pretty bigger size, I believe size 13, but however, looking upon the sell-through rate, I still think I could probably get around $40 for these, and I'm only paying 10 bucks. And then I also found another pair of woven Nikes, and honestly, the colorway on these ones are pretty cool, a little beige color. I think I could probably sell those for around 60, because there was a few on there going for around 70. So I'm going to list it at that and hopefully get that. And remember, all of this stuff, I am doing my research before I walk out that store. Before I swipe my card to pay, I'm going on the eBay app and making sure whatever I'm buying has a good sell-through rate and will sell for a good amount of money compared to what I'm paying for it. I'm not a tax professional, but if you find $200 every day, 7 days a week, that's $1,400, and I take 20% for my taxes, and you're already left with around $1,000, guys. So you can do this. And I can't stress it enough, guys. Make sure you do your research. Make sure you look at the sell-through. Make sure you look at the price. Do all of this and it's not gonna fail. Starting off from selling on eBay, your store is gonna be at 0 items, but just keep doing this over and over again, and once you get a bunch of listings, you're gonna make sales every single day. You wanna build your store up over time. Trust me, you're not gonna go to one Goodwill one day and find 600 items. That doesn't happen. You're gonna go to a Goodwill this day, find 10 items. You're gonna go to a Goodwill the next day, find 10 more items, and just keep listing it over and over again, and you're gonna see sales roll in. Here's the footage of me paying for all my stuff. Go ahead and take a look at how much I paid.
Okay, 65. I need a small bag.
Pretty crazy, right? Every day you want to learn about new brands to resell, and you never want to stop learning, because once you stop learning about these brands, that's when you're going to lose money. Just remember, if you're finding items to resell on eBay, make sure you look up the sell-through rate before you purchase it. The sell-through rate tells you everything about the item. So if it's a bad sell-through rate, it's not going to sell. If it's a good sell-through rate, you're going to sell it. Once you do all your research and buy all your items, it's time for you to get all these listed on eBay. Once listing them on eBay, you're not going to get sales within 24 hours. You might get a few items that do, but quite honestly, just give it some time, wait a little bit, and your items will sell over time. Now, there is some cases where I buy items and when I list it, within 10 minutes it sells. It happens, but it doesn't happen every day. But that coincides with the high sell-through rate. If you have a high sell-through rate on an item, if you list it, it's most likely going to sell pretty fast. I feel like there isn't a lot of videos out here that explain this, so I really just wanted to dumb it down for you guys so you can understand and apply it to your daily life. So if you want to consider hitting the subscribe button down below, it would mean so much to me. And remember, have patience to learn. Be willing to learn, and it's going to come with time and ease, but trust me, it's going to help you a lot in the long run. If you would like to learn more about my reselling setup and my business, go ahead and check these out here.